Hey guys, it's Tracy from TMC Coaching, and you are watching an episode of From the Garage. Thanks for joining me today. Looking forward to a great weekend. I hope you are as well. Let's get it going with some statements about vision and possibility thinking. I also want to talk about possibility thinkers. First, let me illustrate. Years ago, I took my family to Alabama, down to the beach, just in the boot heel of Alabama. While we were down there, it came around Sunday, we went off to church, and then I said, well, let's go get a bite to eat. We looked for everywhere to eat, and we finally found a Pizza Hut. We went into the Pizza Hut, and there was 2 tables that were there, and 2 people were eating at those different tables. When we came walking in, of course, I have 8 children. So me and my wife and all 8 children, we came in, they're thinking, oh, it's a bus. And the server, there was 2 servers that were on duty, plus the manager. With all those people, just 2 tables being occupied, I never will forget it. The young lady server, she said, when I said we have a family of 10, she said, that's impossible. And so it just came out so natural, and I didn't mean to be so ornery, but I turned to the kids and I said, let's go kids, because this is impossible. And we walked out, we found another place to eat. But she lost business because she viewed a family of 10 as impossible to maintain. What are you looking at right now that you're thinking that is impossible? Could be another set of eyeballs looking at the same thing, says, this is no big deal, this is no problem, and it'd be my pleasure to take it on. So possibility thinking and possibility thinkers, that's what I want to really focus on today. I'd ask you, are you a possibility thinker? In order to be a possibility thinker, you've got to begin by being a positive thinker. And there is power involved in being a positive thinker because you see the possibilities. There are 3 things I want to mention, many things about possibility thinkers that are true. 3 of them that I want to note just quickly in this video. First of all, possibility thinkers are what Stephen Covey writes about in his classic book, The 7 Effective Habits, Seven Habits of Highly Effective People. I knew I was going to get it out, but in that book, he mentions to begin with the end in mind. Now that involves vision. You probably have a visionary in your company. You have a visionary in your church or your nonprofit. You have somebody that is seeing things that other people are not seeing right now. It's because they're seeing the possibilities. They're seeing the possibilities because they've actually begun with the end in mind. So visualize what it is that you truly want. You don't have right now. You took inventory on your life. You don't have it right now, but you're visualizing yourself having that one day. Being in possession of what it is you truly want. The second thing about possibility thinkers is this, that they have an uncanny ability of asking the right questions. Your answers that you're giving are based upon the quality of the questions that you're asking. So ask the right questions. Asking questions like, how long is this going to take? Suppose you got an answer like, well, it's going to take 5 years. You may de-invest. You may say, I'm going to pull back from investing any further because I just don't have that kind of time. But the power of a question, asking the right question, is not how long is it going to take, but how far am I able to go? I don't know, how far you're willing to go. You see, there's power in questions, and only possibility thinkers are the ones that are asking the right questions. It's always better to look uninformed than it is to be uninformed. So you got to start now asking the right questions. I like what Brian Tracy, what he says about questions. He says that questions are the major stimulants of creative thinking. But if you want to be a possibility thinker, you're going to have to ask the right questions. Third thing about possibility thinking and possibility thinkers is that they're willing to try what everyone else isn't trying. Now that's a tough thing. It takes a lot of courage to do what somebody else is not doing. And if you're going to be a possibility thinker, you have to think into it. Everybody else is doing this, but why are we not doing this? Why are we not trying this? To try that is to get a different result. Well, You got to be married then to your true message in life and not the methods. The methods that everybody else is trying and they're not trying this, you're going to get a different result. And only possibility thinkers try something new so that they can get a different result. To do the same thing again and again and again and expect different results is the definition of insanity as expressed by Albert Einstein. Okay, so you don't want to think in terms of that's impossible. You want to be a possibility thinker. There's actually 3 tips I want to offer to you. First tip is this. When possibility thinking, number 1, don't get caught up in all the obstacles. I was reminded this by a brand new client of mine just today. He mentioned about what he believes in and how he focuses on things and getting the job done, that he doesn't give credence to all the obstacles. Every new idea comes with a slew of obstacles. Well, don't get caught up in all the obstacles. Possibility thinking, another tip for you is this. Number 2, don't discard an idea simply because it gave you a result you weren't looking for. And I love the story about Thomas Edison, how that his lab blew up. He blew up his lab. He was working on something and it blew up his lab. When still fire around and the lab was in a shambles, him and his assistant, the assistant was saying, Mr. Edison, we got to get out of here. And Mr. Edison was found finding a piece of paper and a pencil and writing down quickly. When the assistant said, "What are you doing? What are you writing for?" He said, "We've just discovered something amazing that's going to help somebody one day." It wasn't what he was working towards, but he got a result and he felt like somebody's going to need this one day. So don't just get rid of an idea just because it wasn't the solution to your problem that you were looking for. It might serve somebody else. It'll be a good asset to you later on. So log that away. Third tip that I would give for those that are possibility thinking and taking on the challenge of being possibility thinkers. Well, number 3, don't believe it when others say it can't be done. What they might be saying is it can't be done by you. Take that very personal and go out and prove them wrong. They might be saying it shouldn't be done. Well, you and I know better, don't we? True vision. Get this statement and I'm done. True vision is about seeing what is presently invisible to other people. So how's your eyesight? You're not going to be able to do the impossible until you see the invisible. So crank up the eyesight. Begin looking for things that others are not seeing. Have a great weekend. I will see you tomorrow, though, and be well.